it's the Hacksaw here. I am prepping the bike now, ready for its very, very long journey over the next few weeks. First things first, gotta wash it. So the old pressure washer is coming out. I've got some new snow foam as well, which I really love. I've never managed to get it completely right, so hopefully today, fingers crossed, the weather holds out and I can actually get some good snow foam on it. So yeah, let's wash the bike. Looking pretty snowy. Now you'll notice that I didn't bother blocking anything between this and the brakes, and obviously that's what people suggest, is you should put like a board or something in here so that you're not actually spraying directly into the brakes. Now there's two reasons why I didn't do that. One is because obviously the way I'm spraying means that it's actually spraying downwards and the wind is actually going this way. So the second thing is I'm an advanced rider, and as advanced riders you don't tend to use your brakes. I'm obviously kidding, please use your brakes. But no, I've never actually had a problem with it, and the brakes are fine as long as you test them and make sure that they're okay. I mean, obviously I would recommend that you do cover them and that you're not as stupid and lazy as I am, but I've never had a problem, so. And there we have it, one beautiful, shiny, clean-ish motorbike ready for the road. Ready for the pretty epic road trip. Right, so that's me done for today. That bike is clean. I'm not doing any more. It's good enough to go, I think. I'm quite happy with it. Next thing is packing. So I think I'm probably overpacking. I already have a big list of stuff that I'm going to be taking with me, and I need to basically fit it into those two and one bag, and I think I can just about do it. But bearing in mind I'm going to be away for like 30 days, who knows? I might be packing too much, too little. I guess I'll find out when I'm on the way, but I can always pick things up around Europe if I need to. Next, of course, I've got to start actually packing some stuff in the bike. Tech-wise, though, because I think this is probably the most interesting stuff, there's quite a lot, as it turns out. Most of it's cables. One of these, this is a Ugreen, I think, little plug adapter, which I use basically every day. The little prongy bits on the plugs fold away, which means you don't stand on them in the middle of the night when you're walking around and Airbnb that you're not familiar with. And then I've got one of these. So this is great. This is an EU adapter, which the plug obviously can go into, but it's also got a couple of USB-Cs and USB-A as well. So most of the stuff I'm taking actually is USB-C compatible. So we're talking camera, drone, the remotes for things, my phone, like the vast majority of things are now USB-C. Lots of cables. So we've got USB-C to USB-C. This is a braided anchor cable. And there's also some little ones here as well, which are really useful for things that don't need, you know, massive spools of cable. Honestly, it's one of the best things that the EU have ever done, is just telling everyone that they need to use USB-C, because it's great. This is my Apple Watch charger. I also have one of these. This is a pretty cheap, actually, power bank. And this one is a 26,800 milliamp hour capacity, so it's massive. This one, I think, can charge like one of the bigger iPhone batteries. It can charge them 2.5 times maybe. Again, probably not going to need it. The bike does actually have USB power at the front, so my phone can be charging while I'm riding. This is my Peak Design camera bags. This is the smaller of the two. I can't remember what size this is. It might be a 6 litre or something. So I'm actually going to have most of my tech in here with me at all times, so that I don't have to worry about different bags and things like that. The thing I would be worried about is anything in here. So this is my, you know, my photos, my iPad, my drone, that kind of stuff. So this is going to be the one that's with me all the time. In here I have my camera. So the one I'm taking is this, which is a Lumix GH6. It's actually just got the standard lens on this. The kit lens that comes with the, or one of the kit lenses actually that comes with the GH6, which is the 12-60. I've also got one of these. This is a Samsung T7 Touch portable SSD. This I can basically transfer my footage to, but this is a terabyte, so there should give me plenty of space for all of my video that I want to do. Most of my stuff that I want to take is actually video more than photo. I really like taking photos. I love still photography, but I kind of want to do more cinematography. That's why I got this camera, because it is really, it's a great film camera. Other thing I'm going to take with me is this is my iPad mini. So I actually really love the iPad mini. I think it's a real shame that they haven't actually upgraded this in so many years, because it's my daily use. I have this in my bag everywhere I go, for taking notes, for browsing the web. I've got a little 4G SIM card in here. I think it's giffgaff, so really useful for just using in the UK. I just love it because it's so small and so light and thin, and it is like having a book. So if I want to read, you know, Kindle stuff, I don't need a separate device. It can all be in one device, which is just awesome. And the other thing is it can fit basically in a big pocket. So there's a pocket, like a hidden pocket at the back of this bag, and it just fits really nicely in the back there. The next thing, of course, is batteries. These are the Lumix batteries. Charging for Lumix, USB-C. Next item on my list then is this. So this is my drone, which I absolutely love. I have not had enough time really with this over the last I think I've had this for about a year or 18 months or so. This is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. If you're over 250 grams, there are basically restrictions on where you can fly your drone. And it's things like you can't fly in cities or over crowds and things like that. Because obviously over 250 grams, if a drone were to fall on someone's head, I imagine they'd have a pretty bad day. But actually, if you've got a drone like this, which is less than 250 grams, then you can basically fly it fairly unrestricted. There are still a few rules around, you know, not getting too close to people and all that kind of stuff, which obviously you've got to be safe, but it just makes it a lot easier to fly a drone, especially in places that are a little bit more built up, in cities and towns, at events, that kind of thing. And so that's why I went for the small one. And this one still has really, really good image resolution and things like that. It's all using DJI's gimbals, which are brilliant for keeping a really steady image. Yeah, I love this thing. And it's so light that you can just chuck it in a bag and sort of forget that you've got it with you. And then of course with that you need this. This is the remote. This is really good for controlling the drone basically without having to use your phone. So it's got a nice big screen on it which shows you what the drone is seeing. You can line up the shot exactly. And this is good for some of those scenic sort of dynamic shots that I really want to make sure that I get, especially in things like, you know, if I get into the mountains around Luxembourg or, you know, something like that, this is probably what I'm going to be using. So it's really cool. You can quickly stick your joysticks on and off you go. It's just like using a video game controller, really. It's really cool. These are the batteries for the drone. This is a GoPro 10 Black Edition, and there's a like a clip attached to the bike, so I'm just going to click this in, see if that works. I also have something that can attach it to a helmet, I think, but I haven't ever tried that, and I'm just a little bit nervous because the last time I got one of these cameras, I went down the A47 and the camera was stuck to the side of my helmet with a sort of sticky glue thing, and the camera went yoink and came off in the wind, and that was the last time that I saw that camera. So I don't want to do that really. I'd much rather have something that is a little bit attached. Now, obviously, me being me, I've also got a checklist, which I've got on my iPad. Next up, field notes. I like to take a little notebook with me just in case you need to write down a food order or, you know, reservation numbers, stuff like that, and your iPad isn't handy. It's quite useful. This is one of the most useful little gadgets that I think everyone should have. Obviously, carabiner, so you can stick stuff to your bag, but it also has this like hook. So you basically attach your bag to this, and then this can hook over like the top of a door or something. So let's say you're in a public toilet and you don't want to leave your bag on the floor because gross. You can attach this and just sling it over the back of a door and you've got a hook. You can also create hooks in places like your toilet in an Airbnb or your bathroom, whatever. And yeah, there's just loads of uses that this seems to have that you don't really know that you're going to need until it comes along. So it's, yeah, very, very handy, this thing. Last thing I got as well, which has just arrived in the post, are these. So I've got a multi-scale map, or, you know, if I get completely stuck at some point and I don't want to rely on my GPS, or I run out of data or something like that, then this will come in super handy. It's basically a massive multi-scale European map. So I think I'm basically done. I think the only things really that I've got left to pack are the things that I am actually using for the next few days. So things like the mic and the phone, you know, those sorts of things. I'm not packing that away, but, you know, iPad. There's a few chargers that I'm still using to charge a few bits of gear before they actually go and get packed. And then clothes. So I'm just and you don't want to see me pack all my clothes really. I'm taking enough for about 8 days. So I'm expecting to have to do probably 3 washes while I'm out, which we'll see how we go. That might be a bit of an adventure in itself because I have no idea how that works. I think there's little laundry places that you can, you know, you stop and you do your shopping and there's a laundry place outside in the car park and stuff like that. So I think I should be able to do it that way. 5 or 6 t-shirts, a couple of these sorts of things, the like more sporty, quick dry things where I can as well. So that's it. So thanks for coming along. Is there anything that I'm missing? Anything that you think I should be taking? Anything that you think you've seen me put in a bag where you're like, yeah, Tom, you don't need that. What are you doing, man? Just let me know. Hit me up in the comments. It'd be good to see what you think. And especially anything that you think I might be missing that I just have completely forgotten about. It might be that I've just not mentioned it on this, but who knows? I might be missing some glaringly obvious thing. I mean, obviously, blue passport. I have my blue passport. So yeah, next time we speak, I guess I'm going to be hitting the road. So see you in a few days. Cheers.